Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 68th episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse, 20th Anniversary Edition. I'm going to go around and have my players introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play Cora. She's an Arun in the Get a Fitness.
I'm Tyler, and I play Kyle. He's 19, a Philodox, and has found his purpose with the Garu. He's known as Guards the Low, Child of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Adam, and I play Mark Guides the Fallen, and he's a third of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm George. I play Roy Mindscape. He is a Ragabosh with the Stargazers.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play Zeb Speaks-in-Sweet-Whispers. He is a Theurge of the Silent Striders.
Hello, I'm Thomas. I play Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, Lupus Galliard of the Bone Nard.
Last time, you all traveled up further in to the Umbra and finally reached the realms of Luna after coming across a stargazer and several spirits who helped you along your journey. Meeting up with Sokta, the avatar, daughter, or possibly both of Luna, she had gifted you a pathstone after asking you to speak out in front of your fellows what your greatest fear was, honestly, and what you would give up, excluding your lives, to be victorious or to stop the apocalypse. After giving the answer, she gifted you the pathstone, and you found yourself back upon the cloud layer of the Umbra, where a moon bridge popped up, and you were greeted by Jorge Storms-in-Sun, a Shadow Lord whose Caerns has an alliance with the Sept of the Five Mirrors. Him and two of his companions were heading over to the Sept of the Five Mirrors to give them some backup while they prepared for the moot. After getting back, you all wait for almost 2 weeks, as it is now August the 15th. Luna is full, and night begins to come upon the Cairn. Every Garu of the Five Mirrors is here, as well as Jorge Storms-in-Sun, Esme Burning Midnight, and Sophia Tomb Hunter. From the Sept of the Two Flames, the new Master of Right places the pathstone along with the others and begins to perform the rite, calling out to the heavens and calling out to the spirit of his Cairn. As he makes a Wits Enigmas roll, and as he finishes his howls, greeting Luna and thanking her, the moon bridge explodes open in a dazzling form of brilliance that none of you could have ever expected, glowing brighter than ever before as you see a moon bridge forged in real time, as the light even pierces the veil between physical and umbral world and the fires in the physical world, where the kinfolk are, who are helping to protect this place and helping to provide food and, in some cases, comfort to some of the Garu here, gets struck with the brilliant moonlight as Luna seems to shimmer even more brilliantly, as several Garu from the Sept of the Five Mirrors step through to the Sacred Stone, and many members of the Sacred Stone step through to here in the Five Mirrors, as it is a joint moot. A moot that is taking place here, and a moot happening at the Sacred Stone, and being able to converge back and forth for the entirety of the night in a form of celebration, music, storytelling, games, and of course, the recognition of renowns, if you so choose.
Yes.
What would you all like to do?
Mark would definitely like to get his renown recognized because, out of character, he is filled. All those boxes are filled.
I would like to get my glory recognized, and I think some games would be nice.
Okay. So, who would you like to go to? Would you like to go through the moon bridge to meet Fate Dancer, or would you like to just be here with Calminghorn, who is getting ready to... Or actually, it would be, at this sept, it would be Speaks with Sparrows, the Tale Singer, who would be recognizing your renowns.
Mark would like to speak with Speaks with Sparrows.
All right.
I would do the same.
All right.
Same.
Same.
Yeah,
All right. Everyone's doing it here. Got it.
yeah.
It's a
I was
hive
just,
mind.
It
I was
seems
just
polite.
thinking. Yeah, it seems polite, and we're.
It's an
Like-
act that is going to solidify the relationship in this alliance.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Just wanted to make sure. You never know, right? Speaks with Sparrows, smiles, and goes, Mark.
Speaks with Sparrows. It's been too long.
It has. You've come to be recognized, I hear.
Indeed, I have. That and my pack and many other Garu as well. And Mark will motion behind him a little bit. We've had quite a long journey.
So it seems. Well, let the spirits take me as he begins to speak out. Here before us stands Mark Guides the Fallen, umbral conqueror, speaker to the spirits of red, the falcons of light, he who rides the winds to the heavens, who stands upon the moon, he who speaks truth. Here stands Mark Guides the Fallen, he who battles the worm, cuts down those in their own Cairn, as you hear almost a heckle, as you hear another Garu. You don't really recognize them. Mark, you've only seen them around the Sept of the Sacred Stone as they call out, he who is a killer of dreams, one who is not worthy, who speaks of peace, but only delivers conquest. You hear the fury and the anger in his voice, and Mark, I am going to have to ask you to do a frenzy check. Difficulty 4, please. Oh, good. No frenzy.
No frenzy.
You roll your temp or your permanent, whichever is higher.
Oh, whichever was higher?
Yes.
Oh, that would definitely be my permanent. Let me re-roll.
All right. How many? You have a 6, right? So you just need to roll 3 more.
Yep. So,
So 2 successes. You don't frenzy, but you feel this twitch of annoyance, and you do gain a temporary point of rage. As he stumbles a bit and he fails to recognize your renown for the first renown, which was glory.
oh no.
You have another renown, right? Are you captain all of them?
Yeah, I'm trying to get all of them.
Yep. So your glory, you lost all 10 temp and did not gain a permanent in glory.
Oh shit.
You did gain 1 in honor. You did gain 1 in wisdom.
Okay. Oh, that sucks for the glory. No, it's because I got heckled. Definitely. No, that adds to it. Nice.
That it also increases the difficulty of the roll, because usually it's diff 4. Unless you're heckled.
Yeah, unless I'm heckled. Dang. Well, Mark's just gonna let it slide off his shoulders.
Next,
Cora will step up.
greetings, as he starts to speak out, and you hear Cora Two-Hearts, who fought bravely against the spirals, who dove into the hive of one of their own, killing their great warrior and leaving. And you hear them going, she who lets her packmates fall, she who is a beast. You hear another voice, she who is part of the tribe, those who are the winds of false winter. Cora, I need a frenzy check. Diff 4, please. Not Thrall of the Worm.
I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Okay, as you shake, that is actually going to increase his difficulty by 1 more, because you would have frenzied. Your glory does go up.
Thank God.
I
only have 1.
Oh, you only have 1.
That's
okay.
it. Yep, I've only got 1. I'm not super wise, and right now I'm not great, not really honorable either.
Was this the same heckler?
It's a couple of them. If you want to keep an eye for them, let me know. Because you're just hearing it
Yeah.
from some of the crowds, yeah.
I would
Oh,
like
yeah,
to keep an
I
eye
have-
out for him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark will keep an eye out for him too, because this is like, what the heck? Like,
All right.
this
Has
is
any-
almost specific heckling. Like,
Has this ever happened in front of us before? I know it's never happened to us, but
You have seen it before, like the get moot. It's usually done with rivals or those who have specific beef. Who would like to go up next?
I'll let the pack finish and then I'll step up if Tyler has renowns to
God, I do, but I don't want to roll my rage.
I was gonna say Dimitri will step up, but
All right.
is it like more of like a polite thing to let other pack go first, or?
It usually is, yes. The pack
Okay.
usually is recognized together.
Okay, well,
Shit.
if Tyler wants to go next,
Can you just not get recognized? Like,
You can, yeah.
Kyle's like, I'm too mad for this right now. I can't.
Okay.
I'll just sit quietly.
Okay.
all
Who
right.
would
in
like
that
to go
case,
next? Dimitri, then?
yeah, let's. Dimitri will go up.
All right, Dimitri, as you go up, as he goes, one who lost his home, as he starts calling out what you've done. Vengeance Seeker, Singer of Judgment. There is no heckling for Dimitri. And what was it? How many of yours are going up?
I just have the glory.
So your glory went up 1.
And then I'll step up.
All right, you step up. Roy Mindscape, he who outthinks the worm, as he starts listing off your accomplishments. And you hear from the crowd, one who has come and colonized like the rest. As you hear another one, he who flirts with weaver and worm, but does not know which one to service, so he lets him come from both ends.
Oof.
So, you're in the crowd. Kyle, everyone in the crowd, it's Perception Alertness, Diff 5. And for Roy, you need to roll Rage first.
Oh, if I don't have eyes on this fucker.
Oh god.
Thrall of the Worm. Because you frenzied, none of your renowns shift over. You lose all your temps. And on
Definitely
top of
gonna
that,
try and-
you attack the Master of Right, so I need you to roll Dex Brawl. While that's happening, Zeb, Dimitri, Mark, Kyle, you recognize several of the hecklers. One is Daniel Winds of a Bitter Song, a member of Younger Brother, who had recently come to the Cairn. The other one is Kiahi, Distant Song, one of the a member of Older Brother. All right, Roy, you come in to swing and you miss, as the rest of the Garu kind of jump on and try and hold you down, as you start frenzying and frothing and roaring in all directions. They're going to try and tackle you. You get one more hit off, as many Garu are shifting into Krynos. So roll one last attack, Roy.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. One rollover. All right. So he soaks it as Roy is dragged off, frothing, as you do hear several Garu, some even from this Cairn, kind of laughing and chuckling at the Ragabosh who lost his temper.
Yeah.
As the processions stop for a bit. As Final Days comes over the moon bridge, as he goes over and he hugs Kyle and Cora. You're safe.
Hey, yeah. We are. It was an interesting journey, to say the least.
My heart weeps for Wahali and Calming Storm. Rivercaller and Calming Storm were both excellent Garu. And I feel betrayed by what was told of Faces the Storm.
He would not go deeper. We got very little from him, really. It was a difficult situation, to be sure.
Yes. I'm proud of you both for what you've done and being able to take on that many spirals despite the death trap you were led into.
Thank you.
We'll have to lean on each other even more, unfortunately, even with this alliance. But with you back, I know that the Sept will be stronger. And I was hoping that perhaps both of you would be able to go to the Stones of the Heroes and speak some kind words at the graves of our two fallen in a few nights. I think it would do everyone good, and I think it would do you well to speak your piece with those who fought and died beside you.
I will. Definitely.
Good.
It would be our honor.
You honor us all with your actions, and you bring a sort of unity to the Garou Nation that will save many others so that we howl less sorrowfully in the future.
I wish we could help bring more unity. The hecklers during recognition were a little sharp.
I understand. I can go speak with them if you wish. Their words were harsh and unjust.
That's all right. We are emotional creatures, and they've got big ones. They were just speaking what they were feeling.
Very true. Very true. I understand. I hope that the rest of the night goes better for everyone. I will need to speak with the elder of this Cairn again, but after that, I'm free to talk and reconnect. It feels like ages since it's just been the three of us talking like the little family that we were.
It has been a while. We should do some talking and maybe play some games.
I would
It'd be
love
fun.
a few games. Cora, you'll have to take it easy on me. I am an old man now.
Oh, still a get. Not gonna take it easy on you. I don't expect you to take it easy on me either, so.
Of course not. Of course not. I would never insult you like that. I'll give it all my all, but when you win, try and keep the gloating to a minimum, please.
I will do my best, Cora says cheekily.
As he smiles at you both. If you wish to go over the moon bridge, my wife prepared some excellent cuisine for the moot. Highly recommend all of it.
Cora's eyes get wide, remembering the night they spent at Regender's house. Yum.
All right, I'll speak to you both soon.
Wonderful.
We'll give Roy a few moments to cool off. What are Zeb and Dimitri doing?
I think Dimitri wants to try and mingle with the Sacred Stone crowd, maybe.
Okay.
Probably play a few games, kind of get to know everybody.
All right. How about you, Zeb?
No, it speaks with Sparrows end up having to go off and do other moot things after the renown recognizing kind of came to an abrupt stop.
You can wait a few moments and he'll be ready to continue.
I was just gonna speak with him if that was going to be done for a bit, but
that'll be done for a bit if Zeb wishes to speak to him about other matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Dimitri, you start moving along as you see lots of new faces hanging around. You see a Silverfang who seems a bit distracted, but you've seen him before at the Sept of the Sacred Stone. You also see a Child of Gaia who is walking around enjoying things, grabbing hands and shaking them and giving hugs to several of the others as he starts talking. It seems like he's been here before, likely in his youth, as well as a few other, as you see a albino man step through the moon bridge and start talking. He's laughing, though some people give him side-eyes looks as he seems to be living up to the party, laughing and then getting ready for games as he goes into the wrestling pit and dramatically just rips off his shirt to reveal several scars and squats down as you just hear him calling out, "This is called the down and dirty Bonar style!"
Didn't I hang out with albino Garou in the past?
You did. You have.
Is that the same one? Is that
Yep.
I think his name was Simon?
Steven.
Steven, okay. Where's Steven hanging out? Or is he in the pit?
He's in the pit screaming Bonar style as he's rushing them without his shirt on, and
You know what? I want to hang out with Steven.
lots of people do.
Very wise.
Very wise. As Steven gets out of the pit and he goes, "Hey, you're part of my kin, right? How's
Howls-In-Memory.
Howls-In-Memory. Yep. It takes me a second. I'm not the thinking type. My head's a little spinny from wrestling and Galabro. How's it going, man?
I have been well. I just came back from the Umbra. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, likewise. Oh man, I see your wings are gone. They leave when you finish the moon bridge then?
I think so. I've only taken a few trips into the Umbra. I've never had. Yeah.
So you thinking about joining the pack then? We got plenty at the Sacred Stone. Plus, we need a couple more bone gnars. Place is too stuffy with all the children, the Howling King over there, who seems to be more navel-gazing than anything these days.
I've been thinking of it since I have lost my sept. It was the only place that ever felt like home to me. But that I'll spare you my life story. But I am thinking of staying.
Hey, glad to have you. As he taps you on the chest. So you gonna wrestle?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Hell yeah! Master Challenge. What form? What are the rules? How much can I hurt him? As he puts his arm around you and starts laughing maniacally to himself. Meanwhile, Zeb, as you start approaching Speaks with Sparrows, as he kind of just pats himself down, as you start to see kind of a calmness starting to reform in Roy's eyes. Not quite though. You'll have a few minutes to talk before Roy snaps back to everything. I'm sorry. Did you wish for your renowns to be recognized too, friend?
I do, friend, but you may compose yourself for a few more moments. My packmate had a nerve struck, so I'm glad to see him come back to us soon.
Of course.
I'm Zeb. I don't believe we've met.
Oh.
But thank you for doing this ceremony.
Of course, it is my duty as the tail spinner here. My name is Joshua Speaks with Sparrows, child of Gaia. A pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you.
What tribe?
I am a silent strider, friend. I carry the message, which is why you are a person of great interest to me. Now that this path is back open, I will avail myself to you any time to carry what needs to be carried and brought to those that must hear it, without any emphasis or otherwise, or omission on my part. But too, just to hear stories you might have to tell also. I would look forward to sitting down and even recalling some of these moments. I don't believe we've had a chance before, but another time we can.
Well, soon, once we get the final openings of the moot finished, slight delays, there will be storytelling over there. Several members will be telling stories of their Caerns and of their tribes, and given some of the attitudes here, I suspect we will hear some interesting ones. I plan on speaking to the old tales of the Storm Eaters.
I shall look forward to hearing the story, friend, and I will perhaps have more thoughts or reflections to speak with you about once we hear the tales of others. I think you might be right, both interesting and possibly contentious.
All right. Meanwhile, Dimitri, it is a wrestling competition. You'll need to do strength brawl. Whoever gets a total of 10 successes first wins.
And then what's the difficulty?
6. As you go in for the initial round, Steven goes, "That's a good move," as he grabs you by your shoulder, gets his right arm under your leg, and he kind of picks you up and kind of falls backwards into the mud with you as he slams you into the ground. But you gotta do a little better, little brother. Come on. All right, next roll. As you kind of try and kick away, as you're starting to slide away in the mud, his arm reaches out and he grabs you by the knee, takes his other hand around your ankle, picks you up and starts spinning you around as he starts laughing and starts singing some sort of song terribly. It's like a weird Bonar version of Everything's Trash by Oscar the Grouch, but he's talking about how my tribe is nothing but trash, and that's why I love it. As you're just spinning in the air.
Oh, no.
You try and kick. He actually loses a little bit as he slams you down, and he does 2 points of bashing damage by accident as he overextends your leg, and everyone hears kind of a snap, and he lets go of you immediately. He's like, oh shit, hey, Howls-In-Memory, you okay? As your leg starts to instantly heal.
I'm okay. I've never heard that song before.
Oh, it's so much fun. Kyle, hey, how's it going, man? As he's helping you up. Yeah, it's just a fun little game. It's a great way to get in people's heads. Not that it'll get into your head. You're kin to me.
Having fun?
You know me. He chose a wrestling competition. You want to wrestle?
Sure, why not?
All right. Dimitri, you keep score.
All right, you two have fun. I'm not good for wrestling after all.
It'll just take some practice as he gives you a playful jab in the arm. Right, Kyle?
Right, you just gotta get used to the mud and being thrown into it.
All right, strength brawl, diff 6, Glabro strength brawl.
Oh, Glabro, thank you.
As you actually get a good grab on Steven, he's got you over, he kind of grapples arm around your stomach and your chest overhead as he's kind of on your back, but you get under his leg and you lift and you both crumple onto the ground with you on top. 5-3 in Kyle's favor. Next roll. All right. Damn. But Steven is able to swing you around, land his knee right on your stomach, and he pins you right in the mud and goes, "You're getting good at this, man."
I wouldn't go that far.
As he gets up and he grabs you by the arm and lifts you up. Roy, you start to kind of snap out of it. The red and the green and the blood and the hate starts to bleed out of you, though you still feel the fury and the furnace deep within your heart as you see several Garu kind of holding you as you hear one going,
"I think he's coming out of it." Who was the fuck that said something? You'll have to find that on your own, son. Are you alright? No damage to you.
As they all let you go.
Did I hurt anyone at least? No, you tried to hit the Master of Right, but he was able to shift into Krynos quick enough. You let the rage flow through him. I'll have to apologize for that. I was out of line.
Rough week.
Understood. Please, go with your friend to speaking with him now. Perhaps now that is the perfect time to apologize.
Perhaps bleed off some of the anger in the games.
Good idea. Any of you want to join me in the games then?
As one goes, "I'll join in the games." What are you thinking? There's a swimming competition in the physical realm.
Out of all this time, I don't know if I can swim.
It's a good time to check.
Let's give it a shot.
Sounds good. As you guys pass through the heart of the Cairn and enter the physical realm, as you see several kinfolk around, some of them quite cute as they are giving, the kind of big-eyed looks to various members of the opposite sex and some to the same sex as they're handing out food. Some have guns on the perimeter to make sure no one barges in on these festivities.
You guys really know how to throw a party, huh?
That is what happens when two moots come together. It is a grand celebration. It is a celebration of an alliance, because too often in our history these were done as a pretext to invade another Cairn and take it from weaker Gaians who didn't know how to protect Gaia herself. But if it goes successfully, then we know. We have feast and joy, for it means that the nation is healed but a little bit, and for a night. Anyway, Jonathan Nightbiter, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Jonathan Nightbiter. Obviously you know me, Roy Mindscape.
Yeah, you're a friend of my son.
Is that Dimitri?
Oh no, my son is Kyle Guards the Low.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good kid.
I like to think so. Didn't get it from me, otherwise he would have probably been a Silverfang like his old man, but I think he did well. Child of Gaia seems to suit him just fine.
Yeah, Child of Gaia is usually with everyone though. He does show a little bit of the silver in him from time to time.
Oh, natural leader then?
Very much so.
Does my heart good. Gaia was fortunate with us in that she visited upon him a lesson, and it cooled his hatred against me before our first meeting since the days of his birth, as he kind of strips down naked and goes, Hobbit form fine with you? I find the cool waters very, very invigorating.
I'll never say no to trying something once, so yeah. I'll start stripping down naked too.
You're going to have to push with your stamina. The waters are quite cold. Your body will want to lock up, so keep that in mind. But the rage can warm you if you so choose. And so this is going to be a strength athletics or dex athletics, whichever is higher, swim challenge. You will also need to make a stamina check before you make your check. If you fail the stamina check, you get a -1 penalty. Once the -1, if you fail your stamina check 3 times in a row, you lock up and start to basically drown until someone saves you.
Awesome.
You can either make you can either do a stamina roll for that or spend 1 point of rage.
Oh, okay.
Just remember, because your rage is higher than your permanent, you do have to roll your new rage to see if you frenzy.
God damn it. Okay.
So, stamina's first, or rage, whichever.
Let's just do a stamina real quick.
All
Let's
right.
try that. It's just straight stam, right?
Yep, so you have a -1 penalty on your first swim check.
Awesome.
So you're getting ahead of him as he's swimming. He's lagging a bit behind. He's like, you're doing pretty good. Next stam check.
I'm going to use a rage.
All right, don't forget to roll to see if you frenzy.
Is it still 4, right?
Yep, so
Or
he
is it
takes
6?
it.
Okay.
It's still 4, because it's a full moon.
Wow. What the fuck? Ah!
Hilarious. All right, and so don't forget to roll your swim check as he's starting to catch up on you.
Is it back to...
It'd be back up to
Natural?
6. Yep. As you're almost there. You've got 6 successes. He's got 3, and he's like, you're doing pretty well. He spends a point of rage just to go. Are you going to spend a point of rage or do stamina?
I'll do rage again.
Okay. No frenzy.
I fucking hate this dice.
It's D4, but it's still not a frenzy.
Like I said, I still hate these dice. Fucking Christ. Wow. Okay.
So it's not a botch, but he is catching up.
Ah.
So he's at 5, you're at 6.
That's Thrall, isn't it? Or is it 7?
It's 6.
Oh my god.
As you lose your shit in the water and try to attack him as he's still swimming, so he gets 1 swim roll first. As he passed you slightly. So you now may make an attack roll. Because you're in the water and frenzying, it is you lose 2 dice.
Sweet. And I still hit. What the...
Yep, he's not dodging because he doesn't notice the frenzy yet because he was swimming by you. And then you started to shift.
And no minus die on this?
No minus die on this. 4. You're in Krynos.
Oh, am I in Krynos?
You instantly shift to Krynos in frenzy.
That makes sense then.
Yep.
Then add 4 more dice.
Yep, roll 4 more dice.
Alright, it's a 1.
So 1 point of ag. As he shifts, sees you, he spends a point of rage, shifts to Krynos, calls out as several of the kinfolk run away screaming, and more Krynos jump into the water to catch up to you.
Oh my god. This night has just gone from bad to worse.
I think this is like all the karma of every out-of-game conversation where you're like, I've never thralled to the worms. I've never attacked allies. I don't know what Cora's problem is.
What's Cora's problem? Fuck you, Roy.
You've embraced the get of Fenris, Roy.
As Roy, in your blind fury, you just feel yourself caught in tar. You hear yourself roaring and shouting as your Hobbit form seems to be sinking deeper, and in your mind you just hear as you wake up, as you're being held back, as you see a kinfolk, a young man just back, freaking out, his gun rended in half in front of him as there are 4 Krynos on you. You've taken 1 point of aggravated damage in the assault, but the kinfolk is okay as you snap out of it. As you hear in your ear Nightbiter going,
I don't want to throat you, kid! I don't want to be throated. Gaia, Helios, and Luna. Twice in a night?
I thought your tribe was supposed to be about serenity.
I came in to cool off. I didn't realize I was gonna heat up too much.
Good job. Christ, the lake is boiling. Are you okay? Tim, as the guy goes, yeah, I'm okay.
My apologies, Tim. I'm so sorry.
I know it comes with a bit of danger, but... Whew. As meanwhile, in the other part, Cora, you're overhearing some talk, so to speak, as you hear, you hear Sage Star-Touched, a Thurge from your Cairn, one of the newcomers. They go, I heard the Stargazer attacked a kinfolk. Luckily they're okay.
That'll definitely catch Cora's attention. She'll turn like, what'd you say?
As he looks at you, you see obvious kind of disdain start to form on his face, and he goes, yeah, he attacked a kinfolk. Got frustrated during one of the games. The worm crawled into his heart, and he tried to kill and eat one of the kin here.
Oh, if he's not dead, I'm gonna kill him. And she'll like storm off looking for Roy.
Could I get a perception alertness diff 8 from you, Cora? I'm gonna say Dimitri and Kyle are in the area as well. And so you guys can do it too, as you kind of overhear this conversation. As you just hear him under his breath, just briefly, forge an alliance just to break it. Sounds like Wormcomer promises.
She's actually cool as a cucumber right now.
Oh, she's still got 6 rage all the time.
Yes.
She's not cool as a cucumber.
No. Fair
Nice
enough.
try.
I'm trying.
As cool as a very warm cucumber.
Yeah.
As cool as a cucumber held over a fire.
Roast cucumber.
All right. Kyle, that probably struck a nerve with you.
Who is it who's saying this?
That was one of the newcomers from your sept, Sage Star-Touched.
Oh, God. The gatekeeper. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can be a little mad about that. Out of curiosity, I assume that they're a Nuktenna or a Wendigo.
They
right?
they are older brother, yes.
Are they in the same pack?
As...
The ones that
yes.
All 3 of them?
He is in with one of them. One of them is not part of that same pack.
Wait, actually, do I want to be mad about this? It's about Roy.
It's partly about Roy, but they're also talking about
they're talking about Cora saying that she's going to kill him.
Oh, I thought they were talking about...
They're talking about both of you.
I thought they were talking about the... why am I losing this word? Not a merger between the 2 septs.
The alliance?
Alliance, yes. Yeah. Because Roy's not part of this sept, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're talking about the alliance.
Okay. Which is why Cora's gonna kill him.
Fair enough.
Worked too damn hard.
I'll approach the guy who said that.
Okay.
Are you so against this alliance that you would speak against it at its celebration?
As they think for a moment, and they go, I am when no word has come from Wormherder. The only reason Fate Dancer truly embraced this, even if she wants me to keep quiet. I know what you are, lapdog of final days.
Shut the hell up. Did you say that no one's heard from Wormherder?
Yes.
Kyle's face will fall.
He hasn't sent word yet. The other alliance didn't happen. So we're just inviting more of your tribe into our home.
I care more about our mutual friend not telling us what's going on than any sept politics.
To you, it's politics. To me, it is the continued suppression of my culture and my ancestry. And that one of our own goes quiet in a sept that is connected to us with deep spiritual roots drives me to fear, not just for him, but what will happen to older brother as we give up everything we are for your so-called fucking unity. And they walk away.
Dimitri doesn't have the whole picture, but he's gonna turn to Kyle and ask, is Wormherder part of another sept?
Yes, but he's allied with... He doesn't really live anywhere. He's part of the Firestarters, and his father was part of our sept.
Okay, I think I understand.
Kyle, you notice Fate Dancer going up and speaking quite sternly, it seems like, with Star-Touched. She seems very disapproving of how they acted and approaches you both going, I'm sorry, that wasn't... I've been trying to tell them that there's still hope for Malcolm, and that with so few who returned to Sacred Stone, they're just on edge.
No, I understand. I know it may not seem like it, but I even understand his concerns.
I know you do, Kyle. I know you do.
But I don't feel like there is anything that I can do to alleviate them except not help with everything else.
I understand, and I think your help is doing us good in the grand scheme. Otherwise, I would have said otherwise a long time ago. People will be mad at you because of how they think the world should work. And sometimes, even if it seems unjust, just, whatever, their goals and yours will clash. Some of my younger companions simply want the justice we crave to happen sooner, and I can't fault them for that. But there's a member of older brother here from another Cairn, and I wish to speak with them. I've heard good things, and I want to see what members of my tribe do elsewhere in the world.
Of course, I won't keep you, but thank you for speaking with me.
Of course. Don't let it sour your mood and your accomplishments, Kyle. You sacrificed much to do this. Even if you have regrets later on, don't let it taint how you feel tonight.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Mark, what are you doing?
Oh, definitely Mark has just been... After the debacle of the Renown, he kind of doesn't want to have any sort of face towards himself, pretty much. So he's trying to kind of hide amongst his own sept and, I don't know, maybe head to the physical realm and have a dip in the pool, right. in the lake.
All right. Yeah, there's several who are dipping in the lake, jumping in, just completely naked. As you hear the tale singer call out that the storytelling will begin soon. Zeb, what are you doing?
I guess it'd be two things, Keegan. If it comes down to doing the storytelling competition, then Zeb will enter it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would be probably at some point speaking with the other theaters that are here, since he hadn't spoken, for instance, with Louis or with Fate Dancer in some time. And it's time for him to get on the road, and they're two good people to do stuff for. But
okay.
Yeah, those would be the two things. But yes, if the storytelling's about to begin, he will go and do it.
Okay. As they start calling overs, it's not really a competition, it's just spreading the word of the nation or telling the stories of their tribe. So I'll give you a few moments to think of a cool story or legend you'd want to tell.
Okay.
And I got one prepared for myself. As the first one to step forward is Daniel Winds of a Bitter Song. The member of Little Brother steps forward as he takes a moment to breathe and goes, "This is an ancient song of my people. It happened long ago, and it is to remind you all of our bitterness, so that when you try to call for our aid, remember when our calls fell on your deaf ears, and to remind you of what it means to truly seek healing. Cold was the night, endless fright. Darkness came with the winds of false winter. Blood and hate, doomed by fate. Darkness came with the wolves of false winter. The bond was quiet and ever still. They came for battle and the thrill. Claws and fangs in the night. Caught unaware, unable to fight. We bled and died in the winds of false winter. Our kin screamed and fell before their cruelty, but we stood strong and fought with courage. The wars of rage reborn, and us bathed in agony. We dare not forgive the wolves of false winter. Heed my words, wolves of the ocean. I will not forget your false words. Fenris Wolf is the spirit of ill omens. His get never my brothers. Heed my words of mighty Garu. For I wish you to know my pain. I will never forgive the worm bringers, for they are the wolves of false winter. The area is quiet, but several nod, and even some of the children seem to nod. You notice, Zeb, that Speaks with Sparrows seems to nod and go, "A fine tale. A fine tale, I think. One that we should all take to heart. Thank you. I will not call you brother, for I have not earned the right, but know that I hear your words, and I do wish to have us heal." The Wendigo nods and sits, waiting for the next story. As everything goes kind of quiet, and the firelights seem to dance and glisten, even in the physical world, as the spirits seem to crawl through the veil, the fires seeming to bend in closer to the Garu speaking, so that they can listen to the tales. Speaks with Sparrows calls up, "I speak of the time of the Wild West, when Garu came together, and we would do our best. For the Storm Eater raged across this land, feasting on Spirit Weaver worm, it did not matter. Moon bridges no longer safe, cracked and brought to ruin. The children of Gaia tried to bring together those warring sides, brother against brother, blood that fed the earth, seeds of the worm growing in the moisture. But still, nothing came about until we heard and we listened to the old wisdoms. For older brother and the younger came to us and told us of the right that was most essential. Caerns brought together lightning from the ground. They rose up a cage and drew it into the earth. The Storm Eater gone, allies forged, a war ended, a nation healed. But not truly healed, for scars still remain. We the Garu must learn the lessons and do what we can to prevent the same tragedy from ever falling upon us again, banes beneath the earth bellowing like tar and poison. And I can see it here now, here with all these friends and allies here before me. Let us stand together and howl in victory." Who would like to go next? The Tail Spinner calls out.
I will speak next.
Come, Zeb speaks in sweet whispers. Spin us a tale.
Friends gather around the hearth. Stay warm here, as we are as close as many of us to family as we might have this night. I will tell you a tale, caution and strength that is required of what we do and what is tasked of us. There was once a warrior of the Guru, and she came upon a man who worked the land, a good and honest man, and they fell in love. Born to this warrior and her mate were 3 children. The 3 of them raised in our ways, to honor Gaia, honor the land, for the man was just and good, and he worked, and he instilled in his children that notion of work and sacrifice, knowing that they were all that stood against the corruption around them. The worm heeded, and the warrior left to fight wherever it dwells, wherever it breeds, to hold back that darkness, knowing that her family would be protected, that her honor, her glory would bring down the worm and save them. What she did not account for, however, were the whispers amongst the neighbors, the whispers in their ear: acquire more, get more, you must have more. They neglected their ways, they neglected their land, they turned to get away from Gaia, they forgot her bounty, they forgot what she had brought to them, how she had filled their bellies, and time and again, each season the grounds grew. Well, soon that acquire could no longer satiate their desire, and their desire turned to jealousy for the good and honest man who worked the land, who cared for Gaia, who cared for his family, had bounty. He cared for those around him. He cared for those that were discouraged. He went to his neighbors, seeing their despair, offering them help. But instead they offered him contempt, and in return their jealousy spread, and soon the worm festered among them. And the man knew that he alone could not hold this back, that he must protect his family, and he feared what would become of them, as he would have to knowingly break them apart, for there were no warriors to come. He brought forth his oldest first, her name Constance, and said to her, I depend on you to maintain the path of our people, to look out for all those who would need us, to care and offer them succor when they require it, for they are warriors and they must continue to fight. To the next he called Prudence, his middle, and said to her, I depend on you for your judgment. There are many judges amongst our people, but you will have compassion for those that serve those warriors and care for them, knowing what must be done, knowing what we must do as their kin to care for them and fight the worm and defeat it wherever it is. And finally he called his son, the third, and said, the blood within you, it calls, and Gaia calls to you. Soon the rage will come, and I will require of you a great sacrifice of flesh. But first we will call to our friends. Surely they will come for us. And the man and his son sat for 3 nights, calling out to anyone that would come. And the guru did nothing. And finally it came to him to understand that the sacrifice must be made, for sacrifices were part of the cycle too, a cycle of rebirth and understanding Gaia, for things die and things are recreated. But soon he would know the curse of his people, and that we would have to be divided, but to remember Gaia's teachings, to remember Gaia's way, and draw upon that strength when the most desperate of times to acquire or turn against her or turn to the worm would be completely unacceptable to us. And so a great sacrifice was made. And the worm was held abated, and those that turned against Mother Gaia reaped only ash, as was just for them. And the man was lost, and the family was splintered. There was once a warrior of Gaia who came upon a man, a good and honest man, who worked the land, who loved Gaia, and they fell in love.
There were howls around you, calling for you as a great storyteller, as one calls out, Zeb, the false Galliard. As you leave and step down, Winds of a Bitter Song comes to you and goes, you speak the right words. I hope your actions speak the same. I'm sorry I spoke ill of your packmate.
Zeb will kind of glare at him, turning like the especially scarred portion of his face.
Your words are ones that have crossed my heart. It is why I strive to help him to understand the ways of our people, but sometimes the cruelest cut must be heard too, brother.
I do not wish to call you brother. Not yet. For the right for that must be earned in these nights.
Very well. I meant no insult.
None taken. I simply wish to make sure you were aware of the truth.
Indeed.
I assume you'll be coming back to the Sacred Stone then with the rest of them.
I am inclined to go where Gaia demands it or people require me. That may be a stop, but you know I have no home. The wandering continues.
So it does. I look forward to seeing more of you and seeing if you can make other Wormbringers more like you.
He'll just kind of curtly nod at that.
Cora, you start walking as you see Roy Rubbit shifting back into Hamid fully naked as there's a couple Garu around him, the kinfolk kind of like glaring at him.
What the fuck did you do?
I don't want to talk about it right now. I've already gotten an earful from everyone already.
Twice in a night, though. Twice. I haven't even done that.
You think I planned this?
It's never planned. Doesn't mean that you...
Look, if you're gonna yell at me away from these people, and I'll start walking off into the forest.
Cora will turn to the kinfolk, hold up her hands. I apologize for his actions.
He'd already apologized, and we understand that Gaia's rage burns in all of you, and that Luna is full.
It still was not appropriate. He should have more idea of where he's at and what he's able to do during the full moon, and when it's easier to rage.
I understand. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna fix this as he holds up the split-in-half gun. Get another. I'm on guard duty.
Are you alright?
I'm alright. I've had to face down Fomori with nothing but a gun. I understand the dangers of this life.
Well, good luck to you, and I'm sorry about your gun.
Thanks. As he kind of heads away. Cora, as you start moving back towards the Cairn, there's a young kinfolk male who goes, "Hey," as he's kind of giving you kind of like a flirtatious look, and you hear a shotgun cock as you see Eleanor going, "Not tonight."
Cora look at the guy like... Cora starts like just laughing. You sounded scared.
As he goes, "Me? Not scared, no. I just wasn't expecting a gun pointed at me."
Eleanor, what are you doing?
Oh, just keeping the peace.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Did you want to talk?
Yeah, I'm always up for talking. It's been a while. I mean, we just had a few words given our little brief connection after the fall of the Winterfang. You know, and regular conversation would be nice.
Fair enough. I would appreciate that.
Okay.
She'll turn to the guy and she's like, "Sorry, family. Haven't talked to her in a while."
Totally get it. As you hear Eleanor going, "Fucking right you do." Cora, as you start walking away with Eleanor, you look over and you see Roy looking over at you.
Hey, Eleanor. Before we go talk, I've got one thing to take care of. Someone thralled twice tonight.
Oh, that guy? He's with you?
Kinda. He's been traveling with us for a while. I guess he's a friend.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be right back though. Won't take too long.
Go take care of your shit.
Definitely my shit. Twice in one night. My fucking shit. She'll march off over to Roy.
I'll just keep walking into the forest until we're far enough away from people. Like, I don't even look back. As soon as I see Cora walking my way, I will walk off into the forest.
Okay. Cora, do you follow?
Yeah, definitely. Roy, when I catch up to him,
Yes.
It is a full moon, and I know you can feel the amount of rage that you're holding inside you right now. You need to be more careful with what you're doing and what you choose to do when you are so built up like that. You could have put kin at risk, kin of a new alliance. I understand you were just trying to have fun. I get that. But you also need to relax.
You don't think taking the advice of Kyle's father of swimming in the lake to cool off was something that I can just say no to? It's not about having fun at this point. Obviously, the whole party is ruined, at least for me, if not for a half dozen or a dozen other people. This whole thing has been an absolute disaster of a shit show And you want to come over here and tell me exactly what I'm already feeling and beating myself up over.
Well, at least you know.
I already knew. So what the fuck do you plan on doing talking to me about this shit? There's a reason I brought you out here all the way this far. Because I didn't want it to hurt anybody else. If I thralled a third fucking time tonight, I don't know what I would do. So you tell me exactly what I'm supposed to do. I came in here, I just wanted to get my renowns checked. Somebody pissed me the fuck off. Okay, I get that one. I take Kyle's father's advice. Your packmate's father told me that the best thing that we can do is to go cool off in one of the lakes. So I did. And now here we stand.
Let me ask you this. Did you call on your rage? Did you get so competitive that you called on that rage to win?
I did it to burn it off. I've done so much to keep my composure. For the last 6 to 12 months, I have not thralled ever. I've kept my composure. I've kept my rage in check. I've kept my emotions in check. So that way I did not put anyone else's life in danger. At this point, I no longer have a home. My sept has been destroyed. My old family is no longer with me. I've come to terms with what was already eating me up inside. I've come to terms with the get. I've come to terms with you. I've come to terms with what happened to Morgan. And at this point, I'm starting to come to terms with myself. This whole thing. And I don't know if I can keep holding back as much anymore.
You are right. You haven't thralled. Not since I've known you, at least, from what I remember. And it happens every now and then to every Garu. You, I'm guessing, here, did not share where you were at with Kyle's dad when he gave that advice. Take all advice with a grain of salt, not just at face value, but also when you're taking that advice, apply it to what's going on in your life. Look around. If you had taken a glance around the lake, you would have seen that there were kin there, and you could have made a wiser decision. My advice for you now is when you are feeling this rage, this huge buildup within you, don't just blindly try to get rid of it. If you don't take in what's around you, innocent people can get hurt. The Garu here, they'll be fine. But if you had hurt that kinfolk, things would not have been good. Things aren't good now, but they would have been much worse. You're right, you have been doing a phenomenal job of keeping your composure, of not falling to the worm like in a thrall. But I do suggest that when you feel all that rage, when it feels like it's burning in your skin, it feels like it's bubbling over, and you have the opportunity to let it loose somewhere where it will be either useful or safe to. And again, take advice with a grain of salt, even mine. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's alright. Be angry. Be angry at me. You're good at it.
Not anymore. Like I said, I've come to terms with that. I've come to terms with a lot of things. And right now, I'm only angry at myself.
I don't blame you. Every time I've thralled, I am beyond angry and disappointed that I couldn't keep it in check. It's hard, and it is one of the worst feelings I've ever experienced. I don't know about you.
I feel sick thinking about it, looking at kin as I'm coming to.
It's not great, but no matter how, from my experience anyway, no matter how much you want to keep that rage in check, it will happen eventually again. Frenzying is a part of our life. I just hope that when you can do it when you can let go of that rage in a calculated manner, you do think about what, the other facets of what's going on as well, if that makes sense.
If I take your advice at face value, I'd never feel again.
That's why I told you not to take my advice at the face value. Take it with a grain of salt. Apply it to what's going on with you. Take what you need of it. I didn't say to not feel it. I didn't say to not frenzy. It's going to happen, and sometimes you're going to frenzy at the worst of times. But if you have the opportunity to burn off some of that rage with time to think about it, like, hey, yeah, I feel like I need to burn off some of this rage while you're not in the middle of a fight, think about it. Think about the best way to do it.
Out of character, I just want to deck Cora so hard right now. I just don't know if that's what Roy wants to do.
Roy came to terms, remember?
He's punching you for other reasons. Actually, go with me here.
Okay, what's going on? What do you want me to do?
I'm going to go ahead and just punch Cora.
Why?
Follow me here. Hold on.
Well, I'll follow you if you tell me why.
I'm burning off rage in a calculated manner. So,
I'm down.
Okay,
I'm down
I'm
down for it.
But that's all out of character. In character, I'm going to go ahead and punch Cora. And right after doing so, you want me to let off rage? Punch her again. You want me to let off rage in a calculated manner? And I'm just going to, keep throwing fists. Calculated, away from people, in a controlled environment where I can't hurt anyone. And you were just talking about trying to be there for me whenever I raged, whenever I frenzied. Well, then let's go. Help me burn off this rage.
Where is he punching her?
I'm just punching.
Just punching?
Like,
okay.
Out of character. I'm not really trying to get into an actual combat.
Yeah.
I'm just role playing a fight.
Okay, cool. So Cora will shift into Krynos and just roar at Roy
Yes. Burn it off in the smart way.
And she'll block punches and catch his arms and spin him around or whatever. Help him burn it off.
If that's the case, Roy, you can burn rage. Just remember, each point of rage you burn, as long as it's above your permanent, you gotta roll.
Lovely. Well, at least I only have to do it twice. Or once, actually.
Don't thrall. I don't know if I can hold you if you thrall.
He would need to get 6 successes, so all of his dice would have to come up successes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which, with how I'm rolling, is either going to happen or it's not.
Don't jinx it.
Nice.
Didn't even frenzy. But the next one I can frenzy.
Yeah, you need 4 successes to frenzy, 6 successes to thrall.
Right, and I just want to burn until I get to my... Oh, I only have 4 perm. Oh, I meant to do 1 or 5.
Hit me again!
Well, that still worked, so...
So, no thrall, no frenzy.
At this point, I'm not spending any rage, but I'm just going to keep throwing fists.
Are you still in Hamid?
Oh no, once you shifted into Krynos, I shift into Krynos.
Coral just gut check him, just for funsies.
Okay. You guys continue on your way. As Zeb, Mark, you start talking to others about spirits and things.
Awesome.
As there are several Garu here who want to talk about the spirits of the place. The Keeper of the Land is actually talking about how several spirits here could use a bit of reverence and gnosis given by any who wish to help. What are your guys' kind of goals for this spiritual stuff?
Well, definitely with Mark and his admittance of his fears and his sacrifices. And he's starting to kind of feel that he's the only Thurge and Child of Gaia that knows anything about the Shadow Unicorn. So he wants to try to lean towards more of the spiritual aspects now. He's been getting warnings of Shadow Unicorn and how he could be falling to this aspect, and he's rather confused because he doesn't have any knowledge to reference this. So he wants to dive into the spiritual matters now. Become the Thurge he was trained to be.
Okay. There are several Thurges here, obviously, and a lot of children of Gaia. Some of them, many of them elders. So you may wish to speak to some of them about these matters. On the other side of the Moon Bridge, there is an elder, Arun, who's been helping. Mallory Silent Claws, who is the new warder of the Sept of the Sacred Stone. You could speak to Earthwalker.
Zeb, what do you think we should do?
I think new insights help. Your question is one I know nothing about. It's one when we talked to about Unicorn would only enlighten me. We've burdened Earthwalker enough for time, but perhaps the new warder would be one to speak to.
Perhaps. Then come, let's make our way to the other step.
Very well.
So you launch over the Moon Bridge as you see Kyle going that way as well as he looks over. Kind of waves.
We'll wave back. Is he close enough to?
Yeah, you're all on the
hear
same.
it?
You're on the same Moon Bridge. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's one Moon
I guess
Bridge.
we'll approach that.
It's better not to acknowledge that, you know.
Wait, what?
I was just taunting.
okay.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing much, Kyle. We're just gonna head over to Sacred Stone. We're gonna talk to the new warder there about possibly some new information. Third stuff.
Okay, well, try and have fun.
Oh, it's always fun talking about the spirits. And what about you? Are you doing okay? I know it's been a crazy time, especially just at this mood.
Yeah, I'm just finally hungry enough to go eat.
Oh, okay. Well, it's nice to see you relaxing. You always kind of seem to be always on the go.
It hasn't felt that way these last 2 weeks.
Well,
I could use a little more going.
I could see it eating at you. I'm sure something will come up, but body and the mind need to relax, especially the soul.
I understand the letdown after a long, hard journey of a lot of work. I think you have something to be proud of here of what you've done, but I understand too. It's about time to get going again, isn't it?
I think so. And apparently, no one's heard from Wormherder since he left.
Oh.
No one in the pack either?
No, I think no one in the Sept.
Ooh.
What was Wormherder sent out to do?
He went to I believe a Wendigo Sept in order to secure a different ally.
Well, that's concerning considering what we've just dealt with. Ugh.
Yeah. Hopefully the fire starters are all right, and even more so, hopefully that Sept is all right.
I could see if Final Scales left word with anyone as they made their move along their journey. Maybe he spoke with a spirit or sent a messenger elsewhere.
We can look into it. Definitely for you, Kyle.
Well, don't trouble yourself with it too much tonight. Enjoy your third stuff.
Well, we'll put it on the back burner then. I won't forget it though.
Thank you. It means a lot to me.
Well, I think I need to start acting like a Thurge, Kyle. I want to help out my pack. And I'll put a kind of a hand on his shoulder. I know he's not short, but definitely shorter than me.
One shorter than you.
As you guys cross over, you see several of your companions and fellow Garu calling out, having fun, as Andy Paints with Twilight comes over and grabs a hold of Kyle and gives him a big hug.
I will hug right back, but out of character, I have forgotten who this is.
She is the third Black Fury. She's the Black Fury Thurge who joined Bloodwind's pack.
Oh, yes, okay. I will hug her right back.
She gives you a big hug, and she actually gives you a kiss on the forehead, and she whispers, "Thanks for talking to him."
Kyle will smile and say, "Of course, I'm just glad I could say something to him that didn't make him angrier for once."
Anyway, it's good. I think I might jump over to the other Cairn here soon. This has been going on well, though. Also, there's some girls in the physical world, as she kind of nudges you.
Maybe one day. I have some new scars. I'm proud of them. I'm not proud of them.
Okay. As she goes, some girls do like scars. And she laughs at you and gives you a little shove.
Yeah. Alright, you have fun on the other side.
Yep, you have fun here. Regender's wife made such good food.
That's why I'm here.
Alright, so Zeb, Mark, you approach Silent Claws. And she's standing guard. Greetings, you're from the Five Mirrors then? Oh no, I've seen you here before. I'm sorry, it's been... well, it's been some time. Anyway.
No, it's perfectly all right. You've perhaps seen Zeb and I come and go, but we haven't been formally introduced. I'm Mark Guides the Fallen.
Mallory Silent Claws.
And I am Zeb Speaks-in-Sweet-Whispers. It's a pleasure, honored elder.
Thank you. Pleasure's all mine. You two seem to have burning questions.
Oh, yes, actually. Definitely. Do you have time?
I have some time. I'm just keeping an eye on things, making sure there aren't any litany breakers, making sure that we're not attacked. But I'm able to stay vigilant. Lots of practice,
Well, certainly time is what we'll need, because I myself have a lot of questions, and perhaps some new information that I've been told that I could speak with you, and you could perhaps help me with this information.
Okay. Well, I will do my best.
And so Mark will begin with his spirit journey to gain the Fostern rank, and his encounter with the ancient Red Talon spirit and how he is marked now in the Umbra. And he describes the scar, and then he begins talking about the visions from Unicorn of how Unicorn told him of the story of Shadow Unicorn, and he begins recounting that story to him, and the spirit journey towards the pathstones. He was again confronted by these same stories and these questions of Shadow Unicorn.
It's Black Unicorn, actually. Black Unicorn is the war aspect of Unicorn. Peace is fine and good, but sometimes you have to fight for it. Black Unicorn is the shadow of Unicorn and is a warrior who sheds blood for peace, a living contradiction. Black Unicorn needs Unicorn, or else Black Unicorn would simply be a beast of war, a shadow that could fall to the destroyer. But thanks to always being tied to Unicorn, they are able to continue to have the light within them. I know, because I was in a pack in my youth, and we were bonded to Black Unicorn.
I only ask about Black Unicorn because in our preparation for our pathstone journey, we were marked with runes of our choosing. And I asked the Right Master for the runes of Black Unicorn, and he knew not of it.
Not everyone knows, especially Thurges. Our runes tend to drift closer to Black Unicorn than Unicorn. On top of that, really, the glyphs of Black Unicorn are but the glyphs of Unicorn, but backwards. Mirrored.
Oh, I see. Like a shadow.
Yes. The road in your story, after you answered the spirit to walk upon a trail?
Yes.
That I can tell you what that spirit is.
Oh.
It's a simple one. That's Uktena. Uktena has the body of a snake, the head of a mountain lion, and the antlers of a deer.
Mark will think to the words of the members of Big Brother and of the Uktena tribe. Perhaps my drive for this alliance has had consequences I did not foresee.
This relates to a vision, if you will call, friend, that we had when we retrieved the stone. That of dark clouds above the scepter of sacred stone, and a unicorn and a great serpent with the head of a mountain lion and antlers of a deer in battle.
Things have gotten tense between our two tribes.
there was more to it as the ground festered with sores and pains, and a falcon swooped overhead. Undead, rotting, but perhaps somehow still alive. Cold wind swirling about us as we looked upon this. Do you remember this, Mark?
Yes, it was a falcon that was upon the ground, actually, I believe.
No, it was flying.
And, oh, it was flying?
Yeah.
Because I remember... Okay, so out of character. I remember there were 2 totem deities. It was Unicorn and Chimera.
Uktena.
Not Uktena that were fighting.
Yep.
And wasn't there a totem that looked like it had been slain and it was lying on the ground?
No, it was flying. It was zombified, flying around watching them.
Okay. So I will agree with Zeb, and I will add these details as well.
Interesting. Well, I don't know about the undead bit. I haven't heard any news of an abomination in these parts, but Falcon is the tribal totem of the Silver Fangs.
Mark will think back upon the Silver Fang who maddeningly sacrificed himself at the battle, and then thinks about the Falcon festering and zombified. There are rumors that perhaps the Silver Fangs are not meant to lead anymore.
I've heard those rumors as well.
Perhaps the Falcon is a symbol for the zombied state of the totem itself, of the very people, or Garu rather.
Possible. It's quite possible. But that is for you to interpret, I suppose.
Well, as tonight has shown, there is contention between Unicorn and Uktena.
Agreed. If I see any abominations, I'll let you know. But it seems that your vision still hasn't fully revealed itself yet.
As visions go, never completed, always grasping for more.
Absolutely. Dimitri, you come over to the Sept of the Sacred Stone where there are more lupus, and they have games of hide and seek that you join for a little bit.
Awesome.
And Kyle, while you're eating, Jonathan Nightbiter sits next to you, also a plate in hand.
Well, hey there.
How's it going, Kyle? Long time no talk, I guess. I know you've been around the Cairn, but you seemed pretty distant for a while.
Yeah, just a lot on my mind, but
You want to talk about it?
well, I think I've done all the talking about it I need to do for now.
Okay,
I think doing is what comes next.
fair enough. Hey, so thought I'd let you know because I heard about the heckling, and I'm sorry I had to deal with that.
I understand where it comes from now.
Yeah.
I wish they'd been more honest with the words. But not that they lied in the heckling, but it isn't why they heckled.
Yeah. Something for you to chew on, though, that might help you out. And maybe this Cairn out. Now that you've got an alliance with 5 Mirrors, I want you to know that one of our alliances is with the Sept of the Two Flames. It's a predominantly Shadow Lord Cairn, but they do have a strong presence of Uktena. And those Uktena, there were some revelings I heard from Sophia Tomb Hunter about the anger of the older brothers here. That might be an avenue for you to try and patch things up. Kind of connect the members of older brother from this Cairn to that Cairn to help out the Uktena. And maybe ease over the relations a little bit after the 5 Mirrors thing.
Okay, yeah, it certainly couldn't hurt to bring up. Kyle will look down a bit. One of the things that had been agreed upon was that the fire starters would go to a Wendigo Sept.
It was an Uktena Sept, I looked it up.
Oh, it was Uktena? Oh,
yeah,
shit. Okay.
It's okay.
I wonder why oh, well. An Uktena... I'll start over. One of the things that had been agreed upon was that the fire starters would go to an Uktena Sept and try to foster a relationship with them, but they haven't been heard from. But hopefully we'll be given the time so that we can pursue this. It'd be good to, well, mend some fences that other people want mended.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, you do what you gotta do. I know there's lots of things you can do. I'm sure you want to review what happened at that fight over at the Winterfang, too.
Yeah. It's been going through my mind a lot. Maybe not as much recently, with everything else, but...
Better places to look at it than in your mind. You know of the battlefield, right? The battleground?
I've heard of it, but it must be one of the few realms we haven't visited.
It's one of the realms where if you go there and you look for it, you could find the entire fight. And you'd watch it play out and catch little details. Or rejoin the fight and see what you could do to change it.
I hadn't considered doing that. Thank you. Perhaps I will.
Yeah, no problem, son. Sorry, I overstepped myself.
No,
My bad.
no, I don't mind. But hey, what about with you? It can't always be about me.
Times are rough. There's a lot of talk about the Silver Fangs, how we're a failing tribe, and that's hurting our effectiveness. And I know it's giving the Shadow Lords some, well, it's giving them what they want. They're using this as a push to increase their hold on the Sept of the Green now. They can get a hold of the Sept of the Green, they can undercut the Silver Fangs even more and try and take over the Garu nation, at least in North America, which is going to hurt Albrecht and the alliances he's been forging here. So, I'm hoping to do some stuff to bring up our tribe's reputation. We do that, I could save the Sept of the Green, maybe forge an alliance there, forge an alliance here with the Five Mirrors, forge an alliance with this place, and then if we can get even further west, I know there's a Silver Fang Cairn a little further north. We do that, and then we make allies with House Wormfoe, and the Garu nation here in America would be strong.
It's true. I mean, it doesn't sound too different from what Final Days wants.
I might have to talk to him about that then, too. I know he's got a Shadow Lord ally, but I guess he's over in Asia right now.
Well, and like me, he is a child of Gaia. I imagine he has allies just about everywhere, so I wouldn't take one Shadow Lord as...
Oh, I don't. Just... They seem to be trying to clutch the heart of the Garu nation. And while the Shadow Lords can be fierce warriors, and I know they have an entire camp dedicated to the Litany, I've heard many tale of how they make deals with leeches and less savory spirits in the name of their victories. And that's something I don't think the Garu nation needs, especially in these dark nights, to invite more corruption and more worm beasts into our fold.
No, maybe not. But I imagine those rumors hurt them as much as the rumors about the Silver Fangs are hurting you now.
I suppose not hurting them too much right now. Anyway, this is really good. I think I'm going to hang around here for a little bit. I heard from Final Days, I overheard him talking to our Sept Elder that a lot of the folks from the Steel Mountain are heading back up to their Cairn next month. So you guys will be hurting for people. I might come down for a little bit.
Well, you'd be more than welcome.
Good, I need to redeem the Silver Fang name here. I know you got 2 Silver Fangs of your own. That Howling King guy seemed distracted, but he's probably got a lot on his mind given what happened with Carson as well.
I don't think I've heard your thoughts on it, though.
I don't know what he was thinking. Carson was known as a tactician, so him throwing himself in or leading you guys into that just doesn't make sense to me. He had to have had some other plan going and it must have just backfired badly.
Suppose. But do you think it's possible that he knew one of the spirals there and just wanted it that spiral dead at all costs?
Possible. We all have our ghosts.
We sure do.
Well, figure he's gonna hang over this place like one for a long time.
Well, one of many.
Yeah, one of many. Meanwhile, back at the Sept of the Five Mirrors, you see the tail spinner starting to get things going. As a couple kinfolk are dancing with Garu and things like that, he's getting ready to give out some more speeches and call forth a couple more things when you start hearing all around you Cora, Roy, who are the only people left at the Five Mirrors. You hear this kind of guttural corruption, death. We've come festering as it sounds like a swarm as the trees rustle with shadow.
Does that sound what I think it sounds like?
The hell is going on?
As you hear Fomori, another one, march, 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 as you see this black cloud lifting into the skies, heading directly towards you. As you see the kinfolk starting to back away, you hear a couple screams as several Garu start shifting into their Krynos form, growling.
I'm
Cora's
gonna
gonna
do Lupus and dash back to the Cairn.
Okay.
Yeah. Gonna quickly try and get back there. Try and get rid of as many as we can.
Okay. As you start heading that way. Meanwhile, you guys at the Sacred Stone, you see one of the younger members of the Five Mirrors bursting through in Krynos.
The Cairns are under attack. Creatures call for the worm. All warriors must come over.
Let's go.
Yep. Turn into Krynos and head out.
Alright.
Same.
Yeah, I will begin running in Hamid, though. I'm going to
Okay.
wait until I can see the enemy before I spend rage to...
Alright.
Otherwise, I might end up just fucking things up over here.
Fair.
That's not good.
As you're all running through, as you see this huge army of Garu crossing over, 15, maybe 20 Garu just bursting through. Many in Krynos, with Kyle kind of lagging behind due to his short, stumbly legs compared to Krynos. In the back, like, I'm gonna get him. As the cloud starts coming in, as you hear, death, death, corruption, corruption, death. What do?
Attack.
Cora, you rush up and you swing as the massive swarm starts crossing, as your claws rake through and they rip through flesh like butter. As your hand swings down and you see a raven hit the ground.
Just like your standard raven? Like nothing...
Yeah.
What the hell?
Kyle, what are you doing?
Do I see any of that?
No.
Okay, then call to duty.
All right. The
important one.
The important one. Okay, you spend your point of gnosis as several.
I think it's 2.
Is it
isn't
2? Okay.
Yeah, 2.
Okay. So you spend 2 points of gnosis as spirits start manifesting in the physical world. You actually see Lake Superior rise up as the spirit of the lake makes itself manifest, and looks and goes, it doesn't seem to be moving. Wind spirits appear, the trees start to move, though they don't seem to act in any way, shape, or form. As Garu is swinging down, and then you see all the birds start splattering onto the ground as they all start looking confused. As after a few go down, the swarm starts to disperse quickly and go off in all directions. As their voices change from corruption, Fomori, march to just raven cause.
Damn Ragabosh. Maybe.
Is this another Chicken Slayer scenario?
Go ahead and use, I think, what is it? Liar's Face is the one I'm looking for specifically.
Oh, you want to
Yeah.
take credit for this, I would think.
Then it's not Liar's Face. It's fuck. There's a gift that I was gonna use. Infectious Laughter. There we go. It's super, super tiny.
So your difficulty will be 10, as the highest rage of the listener is Kyle at 10 rage.
But I would be in Hamid for this.
Yes.
Because I only went Lupus to get there quickly.
Yep.
Okay, so I just have to...
Manipulation expressions.
And I can't use a willpower on this, can I?
You can.
I will do that then. And... Damn.
You erase the two successes that actually...
You know what?
Yeah. What?
I'm going to...
Mulligan?
Mulligan that, because...
Fair enough.
Yeah. Do I still have to spend a second point of willpower, though?
No.
Okay.
Willpower continues.
Yes!
So,
Alright.
2 successes.
The worm comes, and with the alliance, the worm goes. Look at this. The worm cowers in our strength. The alliance of the two give more strength than the worm can throw at us.
As the whole moot starts bursting off into laughter, everyone starts cackling.
And here I was about to do like Call of the Wild and get ready to fight, and I'm imagining Dimitri starts to do a howl for Call of the Wild, and then the gift activates, and it's like the howl just falls apart into laughter as he's just rolling around in lupus.
Oh my goodness. Man, see, I pulled up a whole quote that I wanted about how angry Cora was going to be at Roy.
Except now you can't be.
Ugh.
Right, that should kind of also ease a lot of the tension from what I've done.
Yes. It'll ease so much tension.
As the laughter continues, but the spirits are now quite cross with one Kyle guards the low.
Yes.
For calling
yes.
every spirit in, 5 miles?
1 mile.
1 mile.
1 mile.
Just 1 mile to manifest and bring war.
To nothing.
Ooh.
Yep. I have 1,000 apologies to make. So I'll get on that.
Which takes most of the moot. After the spirits died down and everyone's done laughing and things start to get back to normal, Cora, you're able to return to the sept of the Sacred Stone for a bit of time to grab food and collect your own thoughts as you pull out the necklace that was gifted to you by Judith. The pendant starts to shake and it points south immediately. It's like a compass of some kind. As it glows and you see the wind kind of collecting around you. And though you're in the physical realm, you feel wildlings crawling around as you feel these bursts of chaotic feelings of joy, rage, pure creativity, as for a moment your hands shift into, your claws shift into Krynos on your Hamid hand, and you start etching out a beautiful mural of a Garu standing before something. Before you start drawing something else and creating sunsets and things like that. Before that disappears and you start to sing to yourself as you start creating lyrics in all different directions. And then, for a moment, you feel a bit strange and vomit forth a few butterflies as they flutter away. And then you see the necklace fall, dangle back and forth, as you see an image of Judith within the crystal, laughing before going, "Come and find me. We have a game to play, and I think you can really help me."
Cora will just lift it up in one hand and hold it in her palm, like, I definitely am gonna find you for making me throw up butterflies. Fuck. So, yeah.
The night ends, and you all take the moon bridge back to the Sacred Stone. There will be work to be done, and we'll have some time for you guys to figure that out. next time. Thank you to everyone who listened. We will catch you all in that next episode. Bye.
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 Catch you later, gang.